Hello peeps and welcome to Rachel's Rockin' Recipes. What's going on? What are we making today? We're making carbonara. Special request by everybody. So I figured I'd make that first and then all the other recipes. So you're going to want several things, as if you guys don't know already, but I'm going to repeat it. You're going to need some cheese, some Parmigiano Reggiano and Romano, okay? So some recipes call for just Romano cheese. For me, it's too salty, so I like to mix the two. So I've mixed already some Romano and some Parmigiano, and I've already grated it. I've hand grated it, Rico. Yes, I hand grate my cheese, okay, because it's fresh like that, okay? It's fresher. Anyway, so I've got maybe about 1.5 to 2 cups of grated mixed Parmigiano Reggiano and Romano. All right, I've got about 250 grams of pasta, 3 eggs. I've got my pancetta, or it's the brand that I get this at Trader Joe's, but it's Citerio. All right, it's Italian pancetta. You want a little bit of olive oil. Technically, you don't need olive oil when you're making your pancetta, but I like to always use a drizzle of olive oil, some salt, some pepper, your whisk, and that's about it, and some extra cheese for flavor. So let's take you down to where we make our food. I've got my water boiling already. You want your water to boil, and you want to basically, I pretty much do everything. Once the water starts to boil, that's when I start sauteing everything, because it takes about 12 to 13 minutes for pasta to cook. I usually take it out 1 or 2 minutes before it's really al dente, and then I'll throw it in there and I'll continue to cook it, and then I'll add my mixture. So let's make the mixture. This is still gonna boil. I'm not gonna throw my pasta yet. Let's make the egg and cheese mixture, and then we'll figure out the rest, okay? Bye. All right, so you've got your cheese, you've got your eggs. You're gonna want, so let's say you're making this for about 3, maybe 4 people. You're gonna want 1 yolk per person plus 1 whole egg. So I'm gonna put 3 yolks and a whole egg. So let's do this first. So we're gonna divide our eggs. Here's a yolk, and you're gonna put it right inside of the cheese. There we go, and then 1 whole egg. Voila. Now I like to put pepper inside this mixture as well. And yes, I went out shopping, so I was able to get my ground pepper. So I like to put a lot of pepper in there because I love the little spiciness of it. So you're gonna wanna get a whisk. I got my little electric whisk. Let's put this away here. All right, let's hope this doesn't go flying all over the place. That's it. There we go. That's fast and easy. And you can use a regular whisk and hand whisk it and all that good stuff. It's a lot faster. All right, so there's the mixture. Water's boiling. Let's go put water. Let's go put the pasta in the water. This is ready to go, nice and creamy. Look how creamy. Let me grab a little spatula here. Let me just show you how creamy this is. So it's creamy, but it's thick. All right, and this is kind of the consistency of what your cream sauce is going to be mixed with the pasta water. Okay, don't forget, don't ever strain your pasta. Don't ever get rid of the water, because you're always going to want to use that if needed. All right, so my water's boiling. You're always going to want to put salt in your water. All right, and we're going to throw in the pasta. I got about 250 grams here. And always just make sure you help the pasta in, it doesn't fall out. And you need to stir that constantly. All right, so you're gonna wanna turn on your heat under your frying pan. Have a pretty high heat. Make sure it heats up really nicely. Put a little drizzle of olive oil. As that's heating up, I'm gonna put some pepper in there. Let me get the pasta and stir it. Lower the flame just a tiny bit. I mean, this pancetta usually takes anywhere between 5 to 6 minutes to cook. All right, so this is getting nice and hot. Stirring the pasta. You start to smell the pepper as this starts to sizzle. Alright, so you're going to want to keep stirring this and sauteing your pancetta until it's cooked. You start to smell it. It's so delicious. You don't want to add a whole lot of salt because you have your pecorino romano, which is very salty, and then your Parmesan salty, and you put salt in the pasta. I'm sure there's a little bit of salt in here because it is cured bacon. Well, it's Italian cured bacon, and usually they put salt in it too. Obviously, I'm not going to taste it now that it's raw, but usually after I taste it, you can taste it's pretty salty. You want this like on a medium flame. So this doesn't really take long to cook, like I said. Pasta takes a little longer, so I like to cook this when I start my pasta. But you want to have all your ingredients, everything ready, because then you don't want to sit there and scramble, and then the pasta gets overcooked, and then you throw it in, and then you make an omelet instead of a cream in your sauce. I mean, just this is kind of has to be timed perfectly. So this is going to take a couple minutes. We'll be right back. All right, so this literally took about 3 or 4 minutes, and it's already cooked. So you're going to want to turn this off so you don't overcook it and you don't crisp up the bacon or the pancetta too much. All right, and the pasta's still cooking. It has still maybe about another 4 or 5 minutes. So you turn this off and you wait about 30 seconds for this to go down, for the oil to cool down, because then I'm gonna want to put in a little bit of pasta water and continue to boil it and cook it, and then it becomes a cream mixed with the mixed with the fat as the pasta continues to cook. Now, I don't put any cream. There's some places, not Italians and not Southern Italy, we don't put cream or cooking cream in our carbonara because the cream comes from the actual raw egg, the cheese, and a little bit of the pasta water. There are some people that put cream in there. Rob Thomas, oh, excuse me, that was my throat. But I don't put any cream in here. But even if you put cream, it does come out really nice and creamy, and it still comes out really nice. All right, so I'm going to add some boiling pasta water. There we go. About a ladleful. Turn the heat back on. There you go. And now this is going to continue to boil. So I've got my pepper. I've got my pancetta. Oops. Yes, I'm cooking something else. I'm also going to be making a bruschetta recipe. Not in this one. Not in this recipe. I'll make a secondary video. So I want to keep them separate. So I am toasting the bread for that. Alright, so see how this starts to boil. I mean, if you need to, you can add a little bit more water if this evaporates a little bit. Alright, let's see where this pasta's at. See if it's al dente or not. I mean, super al dente, because we're going to continue to cook the pasta in this mixture before we add our egg and cheese mixture. Nope, doesn't seem like it. Oh, shit. I just burnt my tongue. Okay. Almost. Very al dente. Alright, let's keep stirring this a little bit. Alright, so the pasta is super al dente. I'm going to actually turn that off. And I'm going to bring the pasta in my pan. Once again, we're not going to strain the water. We're going to keep that water because we need it. We're going to keep the flame on. We're going to continue to cook this pasta. Because, I mean, this pasta literally needs a good 3 or more minutes to be al dente. This is like half raw al dente. I could literally eat pasta for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm such a pasta hoe, I swear to God. Oh, shit. All right. Oh, well. Throw that out. There we go. All right. Ooh. So definitely going to need a little bit more water because this is starting to dry out. So what happens is the pasta absorbs the water. So another ladle full of the water. Keep that water handy because you're going to need it. So this water, the pasta water is actually going to start turning into a cream because the gluten from the pasta is going to absorb this and make it a little creamier. So I'm going to add another ladle of water, just a tiny bit more. All right, let's get the tongs, whatever these damn things are called. Continue to cook the pasta. So here's the problem. If you add the egg while this is on the flame, while your frying pan is on the heat, you will actually make an omelet. Okay, your egg will cook and it'll come out like an omelet in here. I mean, if you want cream, like a creamy pasta, creamy carbonara, then you want to turn this off for about 10 to 20 seconds. Let it kind of cool down, but not completely. And then you put in your egg and cheese mixture, and that's how it stays creamy without cooking the egg and without it becoming like an omelet. Now the secret in doing that, if you guys are afraid, I'm going to add a little bit more water because it's absorbing it. And I did take out the pasta when it's still kind of raw. So if you're worried about raw egg and all that, don't worry about it. I always use organic eggs. So, you know, that's less of a worry if you want to think about salmonella, whatever. I mean, they're eggs, they're organic. Chickens are organic as they can be. All right, so if you notice now, this is starting to look a little creamy. The water, the juices from the pasta. All right, so I'm going to taste this real quick and make sure it's fully cooked before I turn off the heat. And this continues to cook. I could eat pasta plain, I swear to God. Oh my God. All right. So good. All right. Another 30 seconds. So like I said, notice how this is creamy. I don't know if you can see the juices. Very, very creamy. So I'm going to add another half little ladle of water. 30 more seconds on the heat. I'm going to turn this off. And I'm going to put my egg and cheese mixture that we mixed before. Look at that. So the water does evaporate, but it stays juicy and it's creamy. All right, let's turn this off. Let it sit for a little bit and continue to stir this. Look at that. All right, so let's go ahead and add this egg and cheese mixture. That was about 30 seconds, right? Maybe. All right. Egg and cheese mixture. And now the water from the pasta has kind of cooled down a little bit. I mean, it's still hot, but it's not boiling. So if you need that extra little bit of water to make this a little more creamy, feel free to add that once you start stirring this. Look at that. There's your carbonara, guys. Look how easy that is. That took me, what, 10 minutes to make? I don't think we're going to need any more water from the pasta because this is already creamy, but I'm just going to keep stirring this. And I am going to add a little more crushed ground up pepper. Look how creamy this is. Holy shit. Wow, this is amazing. Yeah, I remember the first time I made a carbonara. It was really dry because I forgot to add the water from the pasta. I was so hungry. And so I just made it. I put the egg, the cheese, and all that. And it was super, super dry. I like almost choked on it. And that was not a good thing. But look how creamy this is. Oh my God. Holy shit, it tastes really good. Okay, a little more crushed pepper, or ground up pepper. And voila, mix it up. Yep, we don't need any extra water. Look at this. All right, let's put this in a bowl and let's go take you to my table and serve it. And let's see what it tastes like. Wow. If you want, you can always put a little extra pepper. Look at that. A little extra pepper on your plate and then sprinkle a little extra cheese. I think I'm gonna do that and I'm gonna take you over to the table. All right, guys, let's go check this out. All right, here we are. This looks amazing, amazing. So I'm gonna grate just a little tiny bit more cheese on top. You don't have to, because it's already creamy, but I love cheese. I'm a cheese hoe also. I'm a pasta hoe, a bread, Italian bread hoe, and a cheese hoe. A little extra pepper. All right, let's see. Damn, this is still steaming hot. Once again, I might burn my lip, but that's okay because I don't give a shit. All right. I like to use a spoon because I hate slurping up spaghetti. Because then, like, if it's hot, it'll slap you on the lip or on the chin, and then you get this long ass line of burnt on your chin. I've done that before, so I always like to make my pasta really neat. Holy shit, this is good. Mouthgasm. Oh my god. This is amazing. I'm taking another bite before I talk because I love it. It's actually one of the better ones I made. This one, and then when I met up with my friends in February, half of my Naples American peeps, and I made carbonara. It was like this. Delicious. All right, more bite. Damn, this is really good. I'm glad I made extra. Anyway, guys, this is how you make carbonara. Super simple, super easy. From Naples, from my plate to yours, enjoy your carbonara. I hope you have all the ingredients. I hope you can make it tonight. If not, go out and buy the ingredients. Wear a mask if you have to. You have to wear masks in our little quarantine. We're still quarantined. But anyways, love you lots. Peace and buon appetito. Mmm.